Good afternoon.
Hello.
A little bit of a break from Premier League football. So how has it been and what have you managed to do here in that time?
Oh, not a lot in the first week because we didn't have a lot of players here, so that's how it is. We had a couple of players who had to train, obviously, but more in the medical department than with us. So we had a couple of days off. That was good, obviously, but it's not that we, especially from a coaching point of view, that we needed it. We only had it. So that's how it is, and then you have to make the best of it. That's how we always do. But the most tricky moments are always the games the boys have to play, and that looked this time. I think it's the first time, but pretty much everybody came back healthy. That's good. So since yesterday, we have them all together. The Brazilians obviously came a bit later, and Bobby and Ali did a bit less yesterday. Sorry, but today it was still a good session yesterday with all of them, and today another session, tomorrow another session, and then we had 3 together. I don't think Tottenham have had more, and so that's the situation now. Let's play the game.
And because you had Mohamed Salah probably for the first time in a while on an international league as well, has he benefited from that?
Oh, 100%. Of course, if you gain freshness in that period, in that time, that's clear. The boys, if they have a day off, they never have a day off. Actually, they always train, but just individual, and that's of course. But it's not the highest intensity, so that helps for different reasons. Of course, not only for Mo, it was for the others as well. Like this was not involved in international duties. So no, all good, all good.
And as far as Tottenham is concerned this weekend, sometimes this break can take away momentum, but given that they haven't won in their last 4 Premier League matches, that they may appreciate they've got the new ground to look forward to now they've seen that.
I think they're exciting times for Tottenham. So now I saw only pictures of it, but it looks pretty impressive, and so they obviously can look forward to that. Yeah, but after Tottenham played the last game 3 weeks ago, I don't think anybody feels any defeat from last week, from 3 weeks ago. So that we expect the strongest Tottenham you can expect, because I think I heard nothing about any injury problems or whatever. They had a few over the season, but not in the moment. So there will be a strong side here, a world-class team will be here, and yeah, we could see even without preparing the game what we did now in the last week, of course. But before that, we saw the Champions League games. We saw Tottenham playing, so it's a very, very good football team. Unfortunately, very good.
Yeah, just any further injury updates as regards specific players? Obviously Joe Gomez, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Shaqiri and Keita as well.
Yeah, yesterday we were all in training was for all 3 pretty much the first full session. So we have to see how they react. It was actually no alternative for Paul Schack and Trent. They're not being involved in the games in that period. Anything else would have been really crazy, because they needed that. They needed the treatment. They needed the rehab and all that stuff. And Joe was back yesterday after 15 weeks. Oh, what a long time, eh? But yes, it looked really good. But of course, early stages. He's really now adapting again to proper football training after having obviously thousands of rehab sessions, and so they should be all okay. And I heard nothing different from this morning since I'm here, so they should be okay and train again today, and then we will see.
Just mentioned Ox as well.
Yeah, Ox. How can I say that? I think one of the biggest mistakes I made here was being so excited about having Ox back. Not because it's not exciting having Ox back, it's very exciting, but everybody, the spot was on the game at Derby, the U23 game was pretty rare. And I'm pretty sure Ox felt a little bit before after the last session with us, and then he played the game, and then he felt a little bit more. So when everybody was looking at it, so now we keep him a little bit in the shadow. He's in a good moment. He will train, and when he's back and when he's ready to be properly back, then I will inform you. Until then, I will not speak about Ox.
Obviously, this weekend the Premier League launching the No Room for Racism initiative, and just given what's gone in the past week and also what's happened in English football as well, what do you feel are now appropriate punishments, be it UEFA, the FA, Premier League, can hand out to try and deter people from racially abusing players within the stadium?
I don't know what to say about that really, because I'm so disappointed that in our world, in this moment in our world, that something like this is still possible, that people still do that, they use their voice for the completely wrong things. It's so frustrating. I can't believe. I watched the England game, but without sound. So, and I was surprised when Hendo got the yellow card, when Rose got the yellow card, when Raheem celebrating in front of the crowd. I said, what's going on there? When I heard afterwards, it makes all sense then from one second to another. So I really think it's not allowed to ignore it. We have to put the finger in. We have to speak loud about it. We have to finish that. Finally, that people really are not allowed. And who is doing it? Because it's not even, maybe some guys are shouting and think it's funny. It's not funny. It's the opposite side. It's very difficult for me to really feel the situation of Raheem, of Rose, or of other players, of our players who get faced or face something like that, because I never had a situation like that. But it's whatever I could do, I would do, and we have to stop games. We have to do everything. I understand that Gareth didn't do it and didn't say, come on, off the pitch, stuff like that. So, but we have to make we have to make clear that's not allowed and that's not possible. And yeah, each punishment from my point of view is pretty much allowed. There were a couple of incidents now in the last few weeks, not only racism, other silly situations, running on the pitch, stuff like that. That's all, it's not fun. And we have to make clear that's not fun, so stop it.
Juliet?
Saying that, would you take your players off then?
I don't think I would do it. I don't know. It's really difficult for me to hear it to hear things like that in a stadium. You'll probably see it in a moment. If it's one guy or two guys or whatever, if it's the whole stand, then I would do it. Yeah, 100%. If the whole stand is the same opinion, but that's too much power for one or two idiots, or three or four idiots. That's too much power. But we have to find ways to punish these guys, to get them out. I think everybody knows who it was. We had with the German national team, we had something with Leroy Sané, Ilkay Gündogan. That was really big then. And at the end, they came by themselves to the police station and said, okay, here we are, we did it. So, and that's all just that they know, yeah, you have to, if you do it, how it always is in life, you can make a mistake, but then you get the punishment. And for them, the punishment, I don't know what it will be. But I have to say, it's not that the coaches should do that, match officials, because I take the players off and then somebody says, yeah, that was not that serious, so you lose the game. Our job is to win football games, and we cannot make that. But if a whole stand would do it, then it's completely different.
James, Merseyside.
You, how are you feeling heading into the final 7 games? Are you excited? Are you relaxed? Are you just normal?
I'm okay. I'm good. All good. I'm completely. I wanted to have this situation. I wanted to have that situation. And now we have it. So that's brilliant. And now we work. It's nothing to think about. I don't think back. I don't think too far ahead. It's just we're in the situation. The boys came back. We trained. We prepared the session. We do the session. We are happy with the session or not that happy with this. Whatever happens, and then you're going to games. And I know how difficult these games are. And now in the moment, it's like people think about our situation. I got 7 games, we have to win all of them because City will win all of them. So that's how it is. And then you face Tottenham. So why should we give Tottenham an advantage and say, okay, look, we have to win. You only, maybe you are happy with a point or whatever. I don't think they are. And that's just an open game before it starts. And that's what we have to make sure that we are really ready for that, not going nuts. So not accepting that we will have problems in the football games, like we had at Fulham. That would be big fun, if somebody would have in all living rooms in the world where Liverpool fans sit and then equalize on this wonderful goal of Ryan Babel. And what then happened in that moment? Who thought then, we will be champion at the end of the season? But these moments will be there in the next 7 games and hopefully in 5 Champions League games. So that's how it is. But we have to be ready to sort that. If you expect not having problems, then you will be really surprised. But if you know that you will have some, then you are prepared for that. So let's face the problems and use the opportunities and fight for each yard on the pitch. Use each fiber of your body and go. That's it.
And how big a result was that earlier in the season when you won at Tottenham? I know it was only 5 games in.
Away at Tottenham. The game before we lost there 4-1, right? So, proper strike back. So that, no, Tottenham is difficult to play, in a way, for sure as well. So yeah, it was a big one. It was an absolutely big one. Winning against a team like Tottenham on their own ground is really rare, and it felt good that day. Yeah.
We'll go Carl.
You sort of touched on that, but how much pressure have the players got at dealing with those problems, those little setbacks that you have at the door?
We have to show that day in and day out. It's not that you show once that you can deal with it. You have to be ready for the next game again. It's 2 weeks ago when we start on Sunday. It's 2 weeks ago that we dealt. I really thought pretty well. Yes, at the end it was a penalty, but we dealt really well with it. I didn't see a massive drop of mood, body language, whatever. That was completely okay. The game is 95 minutes, and as long as the ref doesn't whistle the final one, then yeah, you have a chance to change. And we knew that before. It's not the first time that we scored late goals or whatever. But of course, in this game, it was massive, absolutely massive. Felt brilliant, yeah. Learn from your own experience is the best thing you can do in life. And of course, you need situations like that it worked out at least once. Then it's easier to believe the next time it can work again. Doesn't mean it will work again, but it's easier to believe in.